Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on.
So, unintentionally, it appears this channel has become like a DCU news hub. As I've always said, I'm a huge DC Comics fan. Grew up, reading the comics like everyone else, and you know, all the popular animated series, films, etc. Right. So, I'm excited about DC news. That's how I've always been. I figured it was a good place to, talk about that Superman film in production in Cleveland and just kind of, see if there's like-minded people that just wants to talk about the possibilities and the DC characters. And this really became a pretty big thing this past week. It's been tons of support just for the news, just for the discussion, to conversate. it's been it's really kind of blown me away seeing the viewership. I definitely want to encourage y'all to because we're going to keep this going because of y'all support. Keep smashing the like. Make sure you subscribe. Notifications on. So there's some more footage. Superman set in Cleveland. Like I said, I've really just been having a blast. Just really seeing the action shots that it seems like James Gunn is taking. I mean, I'm just gonna say, man, like that's really what's kind of tilted me to being like, okay, let's see what they got here. Because before, just wasn't sure of James Gunn's approach. I got several videos talking about what I think of his other projects and things like that, but we're all in with this DC news, and we'll be here and covering that unless the DCU crashes and burns. So we'll find out by next summer. We'll have an idea. There's a few DC news tidbits to throw out there. Now, first thing I want to touch on Supergirl. This is definitely rumor. Just want to make this very clear. The Supergirl crest. We know the Supergirl film's coming, I believe it's July 2026, starring Millie Alcock. I think she's going to crush it. I think she's going to look great as Supergirl. There's been some chatter about how her crest will look like, her shield of Supergirl, and the fact that this film is based off of Tom King's Woman of Tomorrow. People are thinking either it's the new 52 shield or the actual crest, from, again, that Tom King run. Just according to this rumor being passed around that they're supposed to reveal it in some type of San Diego Comic-Con merch. San Diego Comic-Con is later this July, and DC is going to be there with, various things. We know for sure James Gunn Superman merch will be there. So we'll see. But will this be Supergirl's crest? Again, this is rumor. Nothing to get all get all deep about. I like discussing rumors, and then obviously, when I have information, I like discussing information that I believe in. But I don't think it hurts to just talk about little rumors here and there. So another rumor that's being thrown out there: Booster Gold has been cast. I guess a lot of people are surprised who is being rumored as cast. Kumail Nanjiani, and sorry if I butchered that name. I do remember him from the Obi-Wan series. He played basically the imposter Jedi. So he really fits Booster Gold as the imposter syndrome. Booster Gold, the story with him, he's from the future. He comes back with this technology to make himself, look more of a hero than what he really is. Imposter syndrome. I'll say this, like a lot of people, they're going to say like, oh, Booster Gold is white in the comics, make him white in live action. I say, as far as race swapping, because again, on this platform, maybe I don't know my stance on a lot of stuff here. So I'll just kind of throw this out there. If the character is super popular, I don't like the whole race swapping thing. It's really no reason. If it's kind of like a brand that's popular, and you have some borderline stuff, like when they did Michael B. Jordan in Fantastic Four, that was borderline because I was like, Johnny Storm, just go and give us that white family, Fantastic Four. Like, he really didn't have to, make some kind of statement race swapping him. And then recently you have the Sentry character that's going to be in the Thunderbolts, the Marvel film. And I saw this internet warriors, just going crazy. That at first it was Stephen Young, who's a big fan of this actor. He's been in all kinds of stuff. Like he has an amazing career. If you haven't watched Beef, that series, season 1, amazing. So to hearing that he was going to be Sentry, of course, since he's dropped out of the project, but everyone was losing their mind about, oh my goodness, we can't have this. How dare you have this type of having an Asian as Sentry? And so that's why I said originally, I said, it's a popular character like Superman, no reason to race swap that. Batman, no, it's just certain characters, like why even try to make some political statement or whatever, or diversity statement. If it's an established character, everyone grew up reading this character looking like this, right? For Sentry, no one reads Sentry's comics books. Like no one. They didn't even know that they ended his comic book run. He died in the comics. They just rebooted him as a woman or something now because no one was reading Sentry. But you have some people, they want to be all this whole righteous when they don't even support the character in real life. But online, they're riding for, against race swapping. I say if the character is not popular, go ahead, rock on, try something new, because obviously the original version hasn't been popping, right? Like, no one really was riding for Sentry. Because, after they recast Sentry as a white man now, no one's talking about Thunderbolts no more. So they must really didn't care about Sentry. It was just about this political leaning. So again, that's how I feel about it. Not trying to make this channel too political, but just I'm against certain race swapping. Okay, let's just say it like that. And hopefully that makes sense for y'all. So I say all that to say, if this is Booster Gold, Kumail Nanjiani, again, I think he could play the role. I'm not in this whole, rage-filled justice. I guarantee 9 out of 10 people that complains about this, they haven't been reading no Booster Gold comic books. They haven't. They ain't supporting, but you're not riding for Booster Gold. You're riding for your agenda or worldview. That's what you're riding for. And I see a lot of BS all the time. And again, it's Twitter and online. So of course, people just want to act like they have some kind of cause. No one gives a care about Booster Gold. They could gender swap Booster Gold, and no one really cares. So. If you want to get someone, again, that can play this imposter syndrome, this guy, again, he plays something similar in Obi-Wan as the fake Jedi. So have at it, man. If this is true, this is not confirmed yet. James Gunn has not talked about it. But, bro, I really, can he fit the kid? Can he play and act the role? Yes. You got free reign with Booster Gold. People just amazing, acting like they really riding for this dude, man. Let me get off of this. But recently there was a confirmed announcement of Blue Beetle Cholo Maridueña, Blue Beetle, is getting an animated series. They're doing an animated. It's gonna be set in the DCU, and you got Cholo Maridueña, the star, had a few comments recently about the animated series.
I am so happy with how that movie came out and the response, and the experience for me was otherworldly. So getting to do an animated version of it with like the crew and getting to expand and maybe even doing stuff that we wouldn't be allowed to do in the movie or like live action is so appealing to me. I grew up watching, you know, Avatar: The Last Airbender, you know, the old X-Men show, even some of the newer ones now, like the animated space, Studio Ghibli. It's a serious. It's not like it could be sick. So I'm really excited about it. I hope everyone comes back for it.
And real quick, before we get to our new clip of the Superman production, there's a Rachel Brosnahan watch going on. We're waiting on her to come back on set. I guess this weekend. There were shots of Lois Lane, what was it, a week or two ago? She was coming out of that T-ship, Mr. Terrific's ship with the rest of the people at Daily Planet. We saw her with Superman briefly. It was cool to see, you know, Clark and Lois together always. I'm a huge fan of Rachel Brosnahan. There would be no Rachel Brosnahan slander tolerated, actually. I don't know if y'all realize that. Like, I'm not tolerating any Rachel Brosnahan slander. So I had to put my foot down about a few things in this video already, about the race swapping situation, about crying, about rumors, and and Rachel Brosnahan. I gotta set this straight right now. But anyway, so now let's get to the new footage on the Superman set at Lord Tech Field. Before we do that, I definitely again appreciated all the support. One major thing to show your support is obviously make sure you subscribe, smash the like. I've seen a discrepancy of views and likes. We got to get that back up. If y'all want to be a part of that conversation over here, make sure you're smashing the like. Y'all already commenting like crazy, so continue that as well. One thing that was a mystery, you know, earlier in the week, you had Mr. Terrific versus the Engineer, Superman versus Ultraman, right? And yes, we're still calling him Ultraman. I don't care what anyone else has to say. I'm a little snarky in this video. I apologize. But the next day, it ended up being on a set. It appeared to have been Superman versus Engineer, and then Ultraman came back on the set, and so the question was, hey, where's Mr. Terrific? I know he got whooped up pretty good by the Engineer. I mean, it looked like she was murdering him, but they said he was just neutralized, so he must have got kind of knocked out, because then she moved on to fighting Superman. So the question was, hey, what happened to Mr. Terrific, man? Is he all right? So there was new footage that showed up yesterday, and it shows Mr. Terrific. You know, he's laid out. All his T-spheres are broken all around him, as we expected after getting slammed on the ground, and he comes to. Yeah, Mr. Terrific coming to. He's getting his bearings together, and he's back. Let's see. He took off something. I wonder what that was that he took off. And he's back in action. He's back in action with some kind of device that he uses. I don't know if he's pulling up GPS, seeing where the fight is at. That's what Mr. Terrific's doing. I don't know, bro. But shout out to Mr. Terrific. I'm excited just to see this dude on the big screen. As soon as this casting was announced and confirmed to be in this film, I was super pumped. I was instantly pumped because I'm a fan of Mr. Terrific. He's the smartest DC character in the world. You're going to see a lot of gadgets and cool stuff. We already saw the T spheres to help him fly. He has a whole T ship. He's going to have all kinds of devices and stuff. This is going to be cool. And so now comes the part. Let's check out this we got new footage today on site in Cleveland. Let's take, and it looks like we're back to Superman versus Ultraman. Again, I strongly believe that all these fights footage, they're all out of sequence. Like, this is not like a progression of the story. I don't feel nothing is spoiled. Yes, I believe Superman and Ultraman was going to fight. I think everyone knew that. Shout out to Greater Cleveland Partnership. They have this clip out there, and they will be tagged in the description as well. You got Superman coming too. We got the cape on right now, so we got some cape action. Ultraman's kind of sizing them up. And maybe Mr. Terrific is on GPS or something. I don't know. Oh, and then he flies off. That's interesting, right? That's interesting. Let's run that back. Let's run that back. It's a nice little shot right there where he kind of flies off like that. Let's see, Superman staggering, so he must have really got hit pretty hard here. Oh, that's Engineer too. Oh, I just noticed. Where's Mr. Terrific? Mr. Terrific, he's still on his GPS across the field. So they got Superman surrounded. Okay, this is what's going on. You got Engineer, Ultraman sizing him up. He says, F it, I'm out. That's what he's about to do. I'm out. Look at that. Superman, I'm out of here, bro. I don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all got me messed up surrounding me like that. And where's Mr. Terrific? My goodness, bro. Like I said, he's looking at that. That's what he was using in that crypto. If y'all saw some of my earlier videos where he was finding crypto and stuff, that's what Mr. Terrific's doing, man. He's over there still searching for Superman. Nah, man, like I said, just any of these shots and looks, like I said, it's just building up excitement for this film. And this is cool. This is how it should be as DC fans, just being able to anticipate something. Now, how it turns out, we'll find out. We're going to find out next summer. But because I'm noticing a DCU crowd, DC Comics fans are finding this channel, we're going to cover the news and rumors and stuff that comes out for that. This is going to be a spot to talk about that.